Recently, a friend of mine asked for some romantic advice. And so I said, okay, I will give you some through the power of the internet. So I went home. I ate a taco to get myself into the romantic mood that tacos give us all. That sort of, that spice, that indigestion. Let's talk about romance. First things first, you gotta get a person to agree to go on a date with you. That usually involves asking them, hey, would you like to go to the Red Lobster with me? I will be the one who pays the money. And hopefully they will say yes if they like your body or your mind or whatever it is that they want out of you. Whatever you want out of them, hopefully it's something positive. That requires a lot of build-up, so this might actually be multiple part series, depends how long I start rambling about this. To ask someone out, you need a 2-year plan. It's possible to make it longer, but 2 years is minimum recommended. You need to get to know this person, become their friend, but at no point become friend zoned. Do not become such a good friend that they couldn't imagine life without you as a friend. Be that friend who, when they don't have a date to a winter formal or something like that, you're just like, hey, you want to go as friends? Be that guy, or that girl, whatever. Either works. No matter what gender you are, be that person. Another part of the 2-year plan, you always have to shun away competitors. If they ever mention liking anyone to you, you gotta push that person away. You gotta hurt them, burn them. Make sure that they are completely untouchable in a place so low that no one would ever be willing to sink down to date them. My personal favorite technique is complete social shunning, followed by arson, usually through embarrassing Facebook pictures. Be that person. Continue to do this for 2 years while conditioning them to say yes to questions that you give. Do you like pizza? Oh yes, I do. If they don't like pizza, don't ask them out. That's when the 2-year plan sort of self-aborts. The 2-year plan never fails. I've only ever used it once. The girl moved away after 4 months, but she was really good friends with me. So, you've gotten someone to agree to go on a date with you. That's amazing. The 2-year plan has worked and is in full motion. Now you need to work into the 4 to 6-year plan to make them marry you. That's the hard part. You need to make sure that this date is as comfortable as possible, so you gotta start with location. It needs to be somewhere where they will feel comfortable, they will not feel in any way pressured by you, so it needs to be something like a hotel room or your local Chuck E. Cheese or something along those lines. You know, something romantic. Make sure not one point during the entire meal, do not look away from their eyes. Just keep engaged. Stare them down. The eyes are the windows of the soul. The chest is the key to the heart. So this person now likes you enough that you're going steady. You're regularly getting together for dates and hangouts and other kinds of things. You're the kind of people who can just sit down and watch The Simpsons for 3 straight hours without saying a word to each other and not even care. You're married. Technically, you're not legally married, but getting to someone to that point of comfort is usually the first step. Once you've reached that level of comfort, one of you needs to propose. It's as simple as that. It can be you, it can be them, but if it's going to be you, you need to go through this strategically. You went through the 2-year plan just to get them to date you. Now you've gone 3 to 6 years just to get them to marry you, and you can't mess up on the last step. Get them a ring. A nice ring. A very nice ring. The kind of ring that says, I have spent 5 to 9 years working on this plan just to get you to marry me. You should feel bad if you reject this ring. Make them feel bad if they say no. Pressure them. This is the point in the relationship where you take them to public places and propose. They'll feel bad if they say no. They'll regret it. They'll eventually come back to you. You're married now. You're very happy. They aren't. But it's worth it. You have acquired your soulmate. That's a nice life achievement right there. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Please note that I have never actually touched another human being, that accepting romantic advice from me is like accepting reading advice from a blind person.